Good evening, everybody. It's straight up 6 o'clock, so I'll call the full commission meeting for December to order. And we'll hear from Director Billy Harrell right now on our emergency plan. Thank you, Director Harrell. All right, at this time, I hope everybody's had a chance to get logged into your device. We'll do a roll call. Awesome, okay. So we have a quorum. I'm not sure of the number yet, but most of the ones who are out are sick or have a close family member who is. And one we have out for personal reasons. So I'm glad you all are here. I hope you stay well throughout the rest of this week at least, so you can enjoy your holiday. At this time, I'll ask you to look over the agenda, see if you have any additions or corrections. I'll take a motion to approve when ready. Sorry. I forgot to look at my own screen. Okay, so we have a motion by Lisa Childress and a second by Avery Wynn to approve the agenda. Let's vote on that at this time. Okay. Okay, so Commissioner Campbell votes yes, and who's the other one? Oh, Holder. Okay, so the approval of the agenda is complete. We will now stand for our prayer led by Commissioner Willie Campbell and our Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner Danny Deal. We'd like to recognize our appointed officials and guests. Tonight, I'm going to ask if the department heads, even if you're not elected, will you all please stand too at this time so we can show our appreciation for you? let's look over the minutes from the November meeting and see if we're ready to approve those or if there's any corrections. Okay, we have a motion to approve from Danny Deal and a second from Donnie Cable. Any corrections? All right, seeing none, let's vote on approval of the November minutes. Okay, minutes are approved. Thank you, Commission. At this time, the clerk's office will read for us the people seeking notaries and bonds. Okay, we have a motion to approve those names by Angie Odom, a second by Julie Gwynn. Is there any discussion? All right, please vote on approval of those. And motion passes. We had a commissioner to resign last month due to moving out of the district. Ms. Patty Duffield is not with us anymore, and so we are filling her vacancy this evening. We had 4 applicants. One of them pulled his name last week. So we have 3 applicants still considering this position. They are Jason Clausen, Johnny Miller, and John Lewis. At this time, I'll go in that order. If Jason Clausen is here tonight, he has an opportunity to speak or allow commissioners to ask questions. Jason? Okay. Anybody? Okay, then let's move on to, the second name I read was Johnny Miller. Is Johnny here tonight? Any representative of Johnny's? Okay, and then we have John Lewis, who can't be with us this evening, but his daughter is here and would like to speak on his behalf, and I'm gonna allow that, so come on up. Thank you, Julie. All right, commission, do any of you have questions or comments before we vote? Okay. Um, then I will take, should we, Attorney Harden, should we vote on all three or take a nomination? All right, so the floor is open for a nomination. Okay, we have Jason Clausen nominated. Would anybody like to nominate another? They can move to elect by acclamation. Yeah. So in the absence of another nomination, I can take a motion to elect by acclamation. Okay. So I'm sorry, I'm looking at my screen. Nancy, you are making a motion to elect Jason Clausen. Okay, and we have a second from Avery. So Jerry, thank you. I'll get you in a minute. So, any discussion before the vote? All right, so please vote at this time on the appointment of Jason Clausen to the 6th district. Yes, sir. Okay, so Jason Clausen, you are our newly appointed commissioner for the 6th district. Welcome. Do you have plans to swear him in right now? Okay. Jason, if you'll come forward, our county clerk, Mary Googe, is prepared to swear you in at this time. Yes, why don't you come and stand near Mary? Okay, thank you. And you may take your seat with your district. Welcome aboard. So from this moment, I guess we're going to have three verbal votes. All right. Now we have public comments. If there's anybody in the room this evening that wishes to speak, just come forward to the podium, state your name and your address. There will be a timer on the screen that starts as soon as you say your address. Thank you, Mary. Is there anyone else from the audience wishing to speak tonight? Okay, let's let Mr. Livingston speak, Willie, and we'll go back to that issue. Thank you, Roy. All right, before I ask for anybody else, I'm gonna let Commissioner Campbell ask a question to Miss Mary Neese. Yes, Willie, that's the one. Yes, it is. Willie, what she's talking about is on Toll Branch Road. I mean, the apartment fronts on, well, it fronts on Toll Branch, but the other road runs right beside it. Okay, right, yeah. Chris, did you wanna address any part of this? And, we're meeting after Christmas, right? The planning commission's meeting? Okay, well, when we meet again, this is on the agenda for discussion, right? Okay, thank you, Director. Okay, thank you. Yes, Avery. Well, there's a procedure laid out right now, um, that the planning department is following. But in planning commission this past month, we discussed toughening that plan for repeat offenders. S- Yes, yeah. So that will be looked at in the near future. Does anybody else have a comment or question? Yes. Yeah, I'll answer or Director Schuler can. Okay, is there anybody else from the public that wishes to speak tonight? Yes, Sheriff Fraley. Thank you, Sheriff Fraley. Anybody else? Okay, former Commissioner Charlie Von Cannon was here earlier. You all may have seen him. It was kinda hard to miss his red shirt and red jacket. But he started feeling really ill and decided to leave, but he asked if I would read the, um, piece that he has written up that he was gonna present during public comments. So, with your all's understanding and permission, I'll read what Commissioner Charlie Von Cannon asked me to. It's a tribute to John Bland. He says, "I first met John Bland and his brother through their frequent attendance of the Carter County Commission meetings. Now both of these community-minded men sadly have passed this life. John called one evening while I was at Bimberg, watching the load of guitars being reloaded, minus the units that were to stay at Bimberg. John related that he wanted to start giving guitar lessons to children at the Elizabethan Boys and Girls Club. His problem, the club, nor he had guitars. Okay, I'm sorry. I see it now. His problem. The club nor he had guitars. All right. A few days later, myself and Mayor Leon Umphrey carried 7 units to John at the club. John was a master instructor as well as a very talented musician who had his own band on and off over the years. In today's society, it isn't often that you find a person who will donate their time to help others. The last time I heard John Bland play and sing was at the funeral service of Eric Anderson, another Go the Extra Mile volunteer. He sang Dust in the Wind, a song written by a member of the group Kansas and recorded about 1978 by this group. The lyrics related how life is for the living and that upon death, a life and the deeds of a person's life will eventually be forgotten. John Bland needs to be remembered, especially since he was one who knew through his long term illness that he would return to dust. Yet he pushed forward in his mission to help the animals through his impressive support and fundraising efforts for the Carter County Animal Shelter. John Bland, your life was much more than dust in the wind. Rest in peace, my friend. All right, this will conclude our public comment time, and we will ask our mayor, Patty Woodby, to come forward with her report.
We know how to deal with criminals when they commit serious crimes. That's what those jail cells are for. And we're fully equipped to do that. The problem that we've been seeing is that you can't incarcerate your way out of addiction because they come out at some point in time and they go right back to their old activity. So the recovery court is the best model that we've seen to address that.
The way that this program will reduce recidivism is it will break the cycle of drug-seeking behavior where you commit a crime in order to get drugs, you commit a crime in order to get drugs. And by breaking that cycle, we improve public safety.
Well, when you have a family that has children and one parent or both parents are addicted to drugs, that's the most important thing to them. And if you can break that cycle, their brain heals, the addiction is less and less and less as time goes by, and they're able to reconnect with their families. They're able to realize that their children and their families are truly the most important thing to them.
And with this type facility, you change lives. You change one life, it's not just that person. There's a whole village that affects.
Everybody deserves a second chance, there's no doubt. And if we can be a part of getting them back into this community and society, making a living, then that's what we want to do.
Having employment gives you a sense of confidence and helps you to hopefully not reoffend and keep the recidivism rate low. I think helping individuals get into a job gives them an opportunity to reconnect with their families, gives them an opportunity to reconnect with their children that they may have lost, and maybe mend some of the relationships that they have lost to the addiction process.
We think this will be something that the state of Tennessee will look at and could result in saving countless lives across the state if it works here. But we're determined to make it work.
One of the goals and one of the things that will happen at this facility, the Northeast Tennessee Regional Recovery Center, is we'll be meeting folks exactly where they're at. And a lot of these folks will be at the lowest point in their life. And I think that's important to note. But it only takes one person making a very good commitment and a good decision to completely turn a family around.
Before I was in recovery court, I didn't get to see my children very much and had actually lost custody of my youngest daughter, Oakley, through DCS. Since I joined recovery court and got into the Recovery Resources House and been working the program, I now get to see Oakley and Gabriella once a week. And I talk to my oldest daughter, Gabriella, every day on the phone, and they actually got to meet each other for the first time a couple weeks ago, and it was a pretty awesome experience. Without the recovery court program and being able to stay in the recovery resources house, I would either be on my way to the penitentiary or be dead by now. So they saved my life, and I'm very grateful.
She was born August 6, 2018, and my mom's had her since she was 6 months old. Me being at the Story House has given me the opportunity to learn how to be a mom with supportive people around us, people supporting me. I love it. She's shy, but she's funny. She loves to laugh. I asked for Recovery Court because I knew what they were about, and I knew I could use it, and I needed that help and that support. This last time I was ready. I was ready. I was begging for a way out. I want to build a life for my daughter that I didn't really get. I just want to have a life without drugs and alcohol.
Okay, thank you, Mayor Woodby. Some of us have seen that before, but it was good to see it again. Recovery Court has been such a good thing, and I'm proud of the teamwork between the mayor, the judges, and the representatives at the state level, and all those who made it possible for us to have the facility that we're going to have opening in January. Oh, in March. Yes. Thank you, Mayor. We will now move into committee reports, and as always, we'll start with the Budget Committee. In the absence of the chair, we have Vice Chair Julie Gwynn that will be presenting the amendments from the Budget Committee. So we have a motion by Steve Burrow and a second by Thomas Profit. Any discussion on this? Okay, let's vote. Okay, thank you. All right, reveal the vote. And motion passes. So congratulations, we will have a new dozer at the landfill. Okay. Okay, we have a motion by Jerry Profit and a second by Avery Wynn. Any discussion on the part-time going to full-time? Okay, let's vote. Okay, motion passes. Okay, we have a motion by Donnie Cable and a second by Nancy Brown. Any questions or discussion on this? Okay. We'll go ahead and vote. Thank you. Okay, reveal the vote. That motion passes. So the landfill, the recycling center will, now be open on Saturday, starting about when do you think, Ben? January 1st. So any public that are watching our live stream tonight, we are going to start having our recycling center open on Saturdays. All right, continue, Miss Gwen. Okay. The floor is open for motion, and I see one by Lisa Childress and a second by Jerry Prophet. Questions? Okay, let's vote. Oh, sorry. It says I voted on here. Yes. Okay, that motion also passes. Okay, that's okay. So we need a motion for number 5, if you agree with it. And I'm not sure, she brought up the vote, so they can't motion or second on screen this time, can they? Okay, so you'll have to do a voice motion or a voice second. So we'll do Avery Wynn for the motion and second by Nancy Brown. It's okay, no problem. All right, any discussion needed for this amendment? Okay. You're voting? Okay. Willie Campbell is keeping me on top of it tonight. Okay. Is there anybody that has a question? All right, let's do vote. Okay, motion passes. Okay, is there a motion by Donnie Cable? Second by Nancy Brown. Questions or concerns? Okay, let's vote. All right, reveal when you're ready. Motion passes. Is there a motion? Todd Smith makes that motion, and a second is made by Avery Wynn. Any questions? Okay, let's vote. Danny, yours isn't showing up. Okay, thank you. That's okay. All right, we have one abstention, but motion passes. Okay, motion by Nancy Brown, second by Angie Odom. Any questions? Please vote. Okay. It passes. There's a motion made by Todd Smith. There's a second by Avery Wynn. Everybody ready? All right, vote. Motion passes. Okay, we have a motion by Nancy Brown and a second by Lisa Childress. Is there any questions? Okay, let's vote. Okay, motion passes. There's a motion made by Commissioner Avery Wynn and a second by Angie Odom. Anybody have a question? Please vote. Motion is being made by Nancy Brown and seconded by Todd Smith. Any questions? Okay, please vote. All right, motion passes. Motion by Angie Odom, second by Nancy Brown. Let's vote. Nick, will you try again? Okay, there it goes. Yours wasn't showing for a second. I don't know why. But you hadn't clicked it. Okay. All right. Continue. Yes. Motion by Steve Burrow, second by Danny Deal. Let's vote. Motion passes. I'm sorry, I just lost my screen. Did anybody else lose theirs? Okay, I'll be voice voting yes, Gwen. Yes, we're ready to vote. Lost it all, Anthony. It is, yes. What did you hit? See it? Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, motion passes. Julie, you can consider that your Christmas present from the commission to you. Okay. All right, next up, we have the Financial Management Committee with a motion. Okay, he's put it in the form of a motion, Miss Gwen, if you want to check that. And then we'll do Danny Deal for the second. If you can you switch it on your screen? Yes. Yes. We'll get you next time, Lisa. All right, does anybody have a question on this contract? All right, please vote. Okay. Thank you, Chairman Johnson. Next, we have Chairman Profit, Thomas Profit, coming for Rules and Bylaws Committee. Okay, thank you, Thomas. And we have a motion by Jerry Profit and a second by Cody McQueen to approve this schedule of meetings. All right, let's vote. All right, motion passes. Thank you, Thomas. All right, we are moving right along. County Attorney Joshua Harden, will you give us your report for the month? Okay, so make those 2 changes, please. And we'll have to decide where the January 2nd meetings are gonna move to. But the full commission meeting will move to January 17th, which is a Tuesday. So the first is on a Sunday, so the courthouse will be closed on Monday, the 2nd. Okay, so education, landfill, and highway chairs, will you please speak up right now for ease of her letting the press know when our meetings are gonna be? When will you be moving that group of meetings to? Not any of them? Yeah, you got a couple of those backwards, but it's okay. So, okay, members of Education, Highway, Landfill, does anybody object to moving the January 2nd meetings to January 5th on a Thursday? Okay, hearing no objections, we will make that change. Education, Highway, and Landfill, and the public hearing for the Highway Committee will all move to Thursday, January 5th at 6 PM in this room. Yes, just because of New Year's Day holiday. All right, any other changes? Everybody good with the calendar? Okay,
All right. As far as the general litigation this month, there was a matter filed sometime back, Miller versus Carter County, regarding a road in Lynn Valley. That matter was in Chancery Court and was resolved this month with no effect on the county, as basically a private right-of-way issue. Secondly, as we were speaking about earlier, the litter cases continue each month. This past month, there were 5 new judgments obtained, or actually four new judgments to clean up properties, and 1 contempt, which that person will go to jail if it isn't cleaned up by the court's next date. So those continue to come. Every one my office gets, we file, and we prosecute them through Chancery Court. Otherwise, the general update I always have is work I did throughout the month. That's part of the minutes, and you all will see in each month. And I'm happy to answer any questions if there are any about that. But the last thing this month was if you all recall, I think it was your all's first meeting in September. We did a resolution regarding the Squawberry community, and your all's resolution was pretty clear that no matter what the federal government decided to do, we were going to keep calling it Squawberry. They have sent a response saying they're going to change it anyway, which of course we figured they would do. So they want to give you one more chance since it's going to change, if you want to say a name that you want it changed to recommend to them. But other than recommending Squawberry again, I don't know what else to do. So that's up to y'all. Yes, sir. Yeah, I don't think they care. Yeah, they're, for whatever reason, they're dead set on this. This is a derogatory term, no matter what anybody else says. And, they're changing it on federal maps. I don't know that they would have such a detailed map that it would have that on it anyway. But anyway, so they wanted to give you one more chance here so they're going to change it, and probably to Partridgeberry, unless you all have a different suggestion, which I figured the resolution was pretty clear and we just let it go at that, but I'm bringing it up and just in case. Yeah, I think we were pretty clear on that the first time, so they've got big problems up there in Washington. So, maybe if they get this taken care of, they can move on to more important things. Yes, sir. But that's all I have unless you all have a question.
Okay, Josh, thank you for adding humor to our night. It's time for commissioner comments. Would anybody like to be recognized? Please raise your hand or stand. Okay. Jerry Prophet. Thank you. And with those well wishes, I just want to mention too that we did get an email today from Gary Kemp. You all have seen that. And Dr. Bob Acuff and Kelly Collins also asked me to express their good wishes for everyone for the holidays coming up. Is there anything else anybody wants to discuss? All right, Anthony. Okay, we do apologize, and I apologize. I thought that because I had a microphone sitting in front of me that the people at home were hearing it. I didn't know, but thank you for your patience with us. Everybody that's working on that has been working on that for months. It's beyond the people in Carter County's control at this point. All right, anything else from anybody? All right, the floor is open for a motion to adjourn. So Brad Johnson makes the motion. Is there a second? And everybody in favor say Merry Christmas. Okay.